All right, everyone. Sorry about that. It's giving the warning information up over the air there. So, tracking a severe thunderstorm right now. Looks like it's nearly pretty much over Pisgah, kind of stationary. Is moving kind of to the southwest. We do have a stalled out cool front currently over the area. I know we've been mentioning that for a little while, that we would have a little front move in from the northeast to the southwest. So we do have a cool front that's kind of just hanging out right over us. Looking at the thunderstorm right now, looks like, again, it's pretty much stationary over Pisgah. And not seeing, a ton with this, but it could produce some downburst winds of 60 miles per hour, maybe some penny-sized hail as it does progress to the south. So let's go or southwest. That's in effect until 3:45. Some 60 mile per hour wind gusts, penny-sized hail possible. Locations impacted: Scottsboro, Fort Payne, Rainsville, Henniger, Sylvania, Fife, Hollywood, Powell, Geraldine, and Section. Torrential rainfall is also occurring with the storm, which may lead to flash flooding. Of course, don't drive your vehicle across flooded roadways. Basically, looks like it's moving to the southwest. Looks like approaching Dutton. Henniger about to get some of that additional thunderstorm development, and all that is moving to the southwest toward Dutton. And yeah, I have been really sick. I apologize. Very, very sick lately. I don't know what's going on. Hello, everybody. Miss Pam, good to see you. Angela, Jamie, Jennifer, Jessica. Sorry about that. I've been sick for a long time with whatever this is. I can't seem to get rid of it. None of the scans I really see anything, all that concerning with it. Other than probably some gusty winds, which I do see some over Pisgah. So pretty windy there. It's like some downburst winds around County Road 58 going to the southwest. And this thing's probably going to produce an outflow gust front if it hasn't already. But flash flooding could definitely be a concern with these storms as it does progress to the southwest, and that's going to be along that stalled out cold front. And that cold front extends from a good ways up to the, all the way across Georgia, Carolinas, all the way to the northwest. It actually turns into a warm front further northwest. But this is our little cold front that we've been talking about, or cool front, rather, really weak cool front that's supposed to move in. Not going to make much of a temperature change whatsoever. More or less, might take the humidity down just a bit. But right now, I don't even see that. I think we might feel some of the effects of it humidity wise as we go into maybe Thursday and Friday, as more as a upper level ridge weakens out and we get a little bit more moisture in here. But it does look like it strengthens back up again next week. Hopefully it does. It'd be nice to get a break from all this heat. Thanks. I've had bronchitis. Just found out I've had it for months now and didn't even know it. And I went to the doctor several times. They never even diagnosed me with it. And I found out I've had it for a while. Um, So I don't know what's really going on with me, but I've just got worse. I've been on steroids, antibiotics, shots. It just isn't going away. I don't know. I have no clue what it is. So it looks like Dutton, you'll be next in line for these thunderstorms. Again, it's not moving fast at all. It's nearly stationary. It's literally moving. Well, it doesn't give a miles per hour. It don't look like. I'll look at a secondary scan on another radar really quick. See what we've got. We don't have any wind damage reports. We do have some heavy rainfall reports, but this thing is going right toward Dutton, and it's creeping probably at around 5 miles per hour or less to the southwest. These storms are really blowing up along that cool front that's stalled out. It is producing a gust front has occurred behind it, so that's what this additional development's developed off of, is the gust front behind it. And we can see that by looking at the radar right there. If you'll see that, looks like a little wave coming out, and it's new thunderstorms developed off of that. The Henniger, you're now getting some pretty rough storms there as well. Lots of heavy rainfall, but looks like the severe storm is still to the west of you. Looks like it's just now getting southwest of Pisgah, approaching Dutton. And it will eventually, if it makes it, which I figure it will, with this stalled out front being over us like it is, I figure it will make it. It'll eventually move into, of course, Section, Sylvania, Powell, Rainsville, and eventually go further south than that, probably Fife and Lakeview, as this weak cool front slides onto the southwest. And this is what we was talking about earlier, I think last week, or earlier last week, about this little cool front supposed to slide in from the northeast. Is now currently doing so. All right, we got another gust front developing ahead of this, so it's going to get pretty windy over Dutton. We'll have some new additional thunderstorm development, more than likely very shortly out ahead of this gust front. Looks like it's going to Section, Dutton, Powell, Sylvania, Rainsville, so expect some new development ahead of this, more than likely in those areas to bring this thing further south. So we got some pretty high winds coming in with that gust front. I see a little bit of some dust being picked up by the velocity, so it's some pretty gusty winds at that. Right over Dutton and Sylvania, that's tracking off to the southwest toward Duncan Crossroads, Section, Powell, Rainsville. It will be approaching those areas, so probably going to see a nice shelf cloud coming out of this as it progresses onto the southwest. Heavy rain in Henniger. Power went off in Pisgah. It's back on. Yeah, there's a lot of lightning with the storm. Sorry about that. Just started raining. Yep, Sylvania's got some thunderstorm activity there as well. Sorry, I've been so stuffed up on here. I'm trying my best to hold back, but it's not easy. That bronchitis is not any good. So it looks like the gust front's now about to getting closer to Section and Powell. It just moved over Sylvania and Dutton and also Scottsboro, so that's tracking southwest. So let's go back over what we do know at this point. which would be there is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 3:45. At 2:44 p.m. last update, severe thunderstorm was located over Pisgah, or 10 miles east of Scottsboro. Of course, nearly stationary. It's moving out of the south-southwest at about 5 miles per hour. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts possible and penny-sized hail. Areas impacted: Scottsboro, Fort Payne, Rainsville, Henniger, Sylvania, Fife, Hollywood, Powell, Geraldine, and Section. So it's like next in line. Again, it's approaching Powell and Section pretty quick. At least the winds are. I've noted the storm near Dutton now. It's not showing as much lightning as it was, so it may be weakening a bit. Let's still see where that gust front's at. You can really pick it out. It's now looks like it's just passing Sylvania, but right there is where your gust front's at. You can see the colors brighten up a bit from the dust. Yeah, you're going to catch the winds in Section out ahead of it. But I'm noting some new development near Scottsboro as well. And seeing some more lightning now pop up. I don't know. I wonder if I got pneumonia, to be honest. I mean, it really makes me wonder. I bet I've been this way for 2 or 3 months now. Yeah, it's producing some torrential downpours, most certainly. More likely going to see some minor street flooding in Henniger. And again, it ain't moving very quick, like 5 miles per hour, I'll say. No problem. I'm glad I could be a help. I know I hadn't been on much. I hadn't been live streaming much. Just hadn't felt like doing nothing. I don't have any interest to do nothing. I'm just staying sick all the time with this, whatever it is. All right, see if we got an update from Huntsville. No, we don't have any update. Last one was 2:44. All right, it is weakening out. So I really don't see any need of a warning being up anymore. We're going to watch it. It is weakening up. Very strong gust front out ahead of this. So the winds could go about 40 or 50 miles per hour as that approaches Section. It is weakening, producing a bit of a downburst winds out ahead of it. So it could be pretty rough around Dutton right now. More than likely is. And that's tracking off towards Section, that gust front. So it's going to be pretty windy. It'll be pretty quick, just a gust of wind come through, and then it's going to feel kind of cool. But what I'm watching for is additional development along that gust front. But as far as that severe storm there goes, it's pretty much falling apart. Yeah, I'm seeing that, but I'm noticing another storm here around High Point. It looks a little bit more intense than that one at the moment. Another one near Blake. Starting to see additional development ahead of the gust front developing now, going toward Fort Payne. Lake Howard. And I figure we'll have some additional development shortly anywhere in this area here. But right now it's not the case. So we'll just watch and see if it does or not. Either way, some pretty good winds coming through. So what I'm thinking is there's going to be a ripple effect. If you'll notice earlier, watch this storm here. Big gust front, and then we get these developing here. That's kind of what it's doing. I figure it'll do the same. I'll have this big gust front here. We'll get a new development ahead of it, and already start to see a little something, some little stuff pop up ahead of it. So we'll see if that fires off any additional storms or not, which it probably will. Looks like the heaviest one right now over Henniger, and also around the Blake area. Also got another heavy one just now popping up around, again, Lake Howard, and that's tracking off to the south-southwest. So I'm going to go to the back here and look at the high-resolution models and see what they say. Because I know earlier they wasn't showing any of this, from my knowledge. So we'll see what they think. So no, I don't see any of this development that I'm looking at right now on the high-res models, which is weird. Pressure is 28.82. Yeah, I had to mute everybody there. But oh man, me too, Chris. Me too. I'll be so glad when it cools off a bit. Oh gosh. It's just been miserable. Like, it's not even the heat itself. I mean, the heat itself is bad. It's 92.3. But let me pull that heat index up really quick. We got a heat index of 113 right now at our station. 113 heat index. That's just ridiculous. So even though it's only 92 degrees, it feels like 113. It just went down to 111, but that's not much better. So yeah, that Henniger, you're probably gonna have some flooding from this. That's what I'm really thinking. You're gonna have some flooding from this. As slow as this thing is moving. And I don't know why that didn't work better than that, but it didn't. Or that could be a mistake on my part. Yeah, there is a radar product that I'm looking for here, and I cannot seem to find it. Okay. Let's take a look. Okay, that was... Nope. It's not it either. Okay, hang on. I'm going to switch this one back to reflectivity. I think I am getting the radars confused. Pretty sure I am. Alright, so it looks like everything's wanting to build kind of to the southeast. I'm noticing that. I'm not seeing any new development other than to the southeast. It looks like all these storms over Lakewood, approaching to the south around Wills Valley, going toward Fort Payne. That looks like that's where they're wanting to build at. We still have some heavy rainfall going south of Henniger right now. It's finally passing, getting around Sylvania. Also, Dutton, it's weakened on out. That warning there, I'm not seeing any need in it being there anymore, to be honest. It's all weakened out. Just some heavy rain, gusty winds. We'll continue to see stuff like this pop up. More than likely, this is probably not going to be the end of it. It might be, but I doubt it. As long as this cool front is kind of stalled out, and that's where it's at. It's just kind of stalled out. So we're getting additional storms develop ahead of it. More than likely, that'll be the theme for the rest of the evening. Will be additional thunderstorms until that thing just, moves further south. But right now, it's not moving at all. It's stationary. Stationary cool front. It's just hanging out. It ain't even moving. So that'll be the focus of thunderstorm development today. Will be around that cool front where it's stalled out. So northeast Alabama, Jackson, DeKalb counties, also Marshall counties have that potential for more storms to develop. And one or two of them could be severe, as we've seen, due to this cool front hanging out and it being as hot as it is outside. So luckily, the primary threats will be gusty to damaging winds and some smaller hail. The shear is not crazy out there today. That's why we're not seeing large hail. It was only some penny-size hail, but still, some of those updrafts could be enough to hold up some penny-size hail. I won't rule out, anything larger. There's possibility of some maybe nickel, quarter. I don't think it'll make it that big, but it could. But looks like a new development now around Pine Ridge and Fort Payne. But other than that, don't see any reason for the warning to be up, to be honest. Keep an eye out for flash flooding too. Make sure you do that. Everything went south of Valley Head. It's just the southwest. Looks like along I-59 going toward Wills Valley. Just thunderstorms and wind right now. As far as Scottsboro, you're good there. Just some wind and light rainfall. But there will be additional develop along this gust front. I'm almost certain of it. And we're actually seeing that right now. All right, everybody, I have got to go grab a bite to eat. I'm going to leave the radar up, all that good stuff. That way everybody can see what's going on. I was trying to wait for an update to come up. So this warning's still going until 3:45, which is kind of weird. But so I see some high winds right now. Just now looking at them popping up on the radar. That's going to be just to the east of Blake. Seeing some high winds there going toward Wills Valley. So we do have some high winds with that storm there. Right here, it's going just toward Wills Valley. So some very high winds there. It looks like around I-59, County Road 610, 121, 749 area. That's going to the southwest toward Wills Valley. So some high winds with that cell there. That'll be the next one to watch. This cell right here. And got some winds right now approaching Section, Powell, Rainsville. About to be right on top of you guys there. Pine Ridge, Fort Payne area. That gust front will eventually make it down to Shiloh and Fife. Might make it as far as my area here. Oh, definitely some heavy rain with these storms. It's due to some of that tropical moisture. All right, looks like our front just moved, so let's take a look. Where did it move? All right, it has progressed further to the southwest, so it is moving a little bit now. Just noted that on the last update here. Our cool front has now passed over Geraldine, Crossville, and to the southwest. So these storms will continue to follow that out. It is moving just a bit now. And it is still 92 degrees in that front just passed. So if that tells you something, the humidity did drop a little bit behind it. We're at 68% humidity, and we was up in the upper 70s, around 80% humidity. So the humidity went down just a touch, not a lot. All right, everybody, I'm going to leave this up. Got to go grab a bite to eat, and we'll continue tracking it. But I will leave the live radar up. Thanks again, each and every one of you that joined here. I believe the warning will probably be dropping soon, unless there's another one issued out south of Valley Head. I'm watching that cluster there. All right, everybody. The National Weather Service has canceled the severe thunderstorm warning that was in effect. There is still a batch of some heavy showers and thunderstorms to the east of Fort Payne. There could be some embedded hail anywhere between pea and penny size. Looks like that's going around Adamsburg area and to the south. So some very heavy rainfall around Fort Payne, Douglas, that's south of Fort Payne, Fisher Crossroads, Adamsburg. All to the south. We'll keep an eye on that one. I'm honestly about to pay another visit to the doctor. This will be my 4th or 5th visit to the doctor to try to find out what is going on with me. So keep me in your prayers. We will keep you updated as good as we can. I'll be on the road, but I'll be keeping you updated as good as I can. So I do appreciate everybody. Again, if you're in Fort Payne to the east around Adamsburg, you got some hail, especially around Adamsburg, around some hail approaching that area. Could be anywhere between pea and penny-size hail. Around Fisher Crossroads, just some heavy rain. Fort Payne, moderate to heavy rain. Got a new cell developing south of Douglas there. Some heavy rain with that, thunder and lightning. But other than that, no warnings at this time. The Weather Service did cancel that warning. And again, if you hear thunder, make sure you move indoors. Lightning is one of nature's #1 killers other than flash flooding and heat. Heat actually being the #1. But make sure you take shelter. Again, we'll still have this threat of thunderstorms today. And maybe it's just me, but it looks like the cold front backed up. So I've never seen a cold front go back like that. I ain't going to question it. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. God bless. Have a great day. Keep me in your prayers, and we'll get ready to wrap it up here with our sponsors, Mr. Dylan Snyder at Alabama Living Real Estate. For all your real estate needs, give him a call at 256-979-4330, and you can also check him out on Facebook. Also, if you'd like to send a thank you donation for the time, you can do that by Cash App and PayPal. Dekalb CWX Cash App, that's usually what everybody wants to go to. So also have PayPal. It's up on the page, pinned, and also our next sponsor will be RKG Automotive Group. For more information, you can give them a call at 256-323-7323. Check them out on Facebook. Lots of nice vehicles and good prices, too. Affordable prices. Y'all go check them out. Our last sponsor will be Mr. Wade Swords. Any kind of work you need done, tree stump removal, dirt work, excavation, bucket work, demolition, debris hauling, a little bit of all of it. He can take care of you there, and he's licensed and insured. Mr. Wade Swords, you can give him a call at 256-558-9910. So thanks again, everybody, and have a great rest of your day. I will update everybody and let you know what they say. Hoping it ain't nothing too bad, but I don't know. I think 3 months is long enough. It should have been gone by now. So take care. See you on the next update.